Concerns have been raised by the Tororo District Women Member of Parliament, the Honorable Sarah Ocheng Opendi, on the floor of Parliament, and also across various media platforms.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I have been in this Parliament with the Honorable Bahati for 10 years now, plus. Is it in order for the Honorable Bahati to refer to me as Ocheng when I'm actually not Ocheng? My name is Sarah Opendi Acheng. Ocheng is a man, Right Honorable Speaker. Is he in order?
Thank you.
To mispronounce my name?
Now, my fear was about the other name which they had not added. So I was fearing causing a crisis between, you know. So I think Honorable Bahati, that is safer. You can amend and you can correct the name.
Mr. Speaker, I've corrected the statement of Minister of Internal Affairs from Honorable Sarah Ocheng Opendi to Honorable Sarah Acheng Opendi. No, we are yet, as a clan, we are yet to receive that officially on the floor of Parliament and also across media platforms, including the New Vision publication of 10th April 2025 and April 14, 2025, regarding missing salaries for some police officers. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, the Minister of Internal Affairs and the Uganda Police Force clarify that police officers are regularly paid their salaries at the end of each month. However, there are some cases of salary delays affecting individual officers due to circumstances that vary from one officer to another. These include: 1, failure to meet validation requirements. In 2023, the Auditor General conducted the validation exercise for government employees. Some officers failed to meet validation requirement due to the missing national identification card in their names or dates of birth. These officers were categorized as partially validated. Bank identity mismatches. Salaries sometimes bounce due to inconsistency between national identity card details submitted to banks and those provided to the payroll system. The third reason is deletion of deserters from the payroll. Officers who desert work are removed from the payroll. When such officers reappear, they are subjected to disciplinary process, which sometimes takes long, hence salary payments delays. Since January 2025, 86 officers were declared deserters, 65 returned undergoing disciplinary trials. The fourth point is inconsistency in date of birth records. Some officers were retired in March 2024 before their retirement date according to other documents. This was due to inconsistent in dates of birth records in payroll system, personal file records, and NERA records. And at March 2024, the number of officers who were retired were 426. We have so far cleared 104. Those retired are 179, and those with valid dates of birth records are 143. The fifth point, why there are delays, are salary payments on HCM and IPPS. The data migration from IPPS to the Human Capital Management System started in October 2024, involving reorganizing data records. The migration of data is still ongoing. Payments on the two systems do not run concurrently. Salaries on HCM are paid first, then the process of payment on IPPS starts. This is to avoid double payments. The two systems, however, do not cause missing salaries but delays for those still on IPPS. The process is underway to ensure all are migrated to the HCM system. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, before removing officers from the payroll, unit commanders flag concerns to the Directorate of Human Resource Administration, which reviews the justification and approves the deletions. Similarly, reinstating an officer on the payroll follows a structured procedure. The verification process begins at the officer's unit and progress to the Directorate of Human Resource Administration, where their concerns are assessed and managed. The issue of police lawyers demanding salary pay of DPP lawyers and court judgment has been referred to the Attorney General for guidance and implementation. The Right Honourable Speaker and members, the Uganda Police Force is committed to addressing these human resource challenges as they arise, ensuring that all officers are paid their salaries accurately and on time. The verification is always on a case-by-case basis due to the varying causes. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, this is a response by the Minister of Internal Affairs, General Major Meet.
Thank you. Honorable Pendi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, as you will note, the issue I raised was regarding serving police officers. He actually went on to talk about officers who had deserted, officers who had retired, and this was not my point. My point is serving police officers who have not received their salaries, some for 6 months, some for 4 months, and so on. Right Honorable Speaker, and when you look at the statement that he has presented, he's actually giving a table of the officers who retired, the numbers of those who are cleared on the payroll, those who have retired, and those with varying dates of birth. These are 143. He does not state in his statement how many of these police officers are affected by the transition from the HCM, the Human Capital Management System, to the IPPS system. And actually, these are the ones who are now being affected, Right Honorable Speaker. I would really greatly appreciate if the Minister had actually mentioned how many from their records are affected by this migration. He also does not state, Right Honorable Speaker, when they actually are going to conclude this system of migrating from the IPPS to the HCM system. And Right Honorable Speaker, you will note that at the end of this financial year, if you look at the audit report, we shall find unutilized salaries of police officers. So, Right Honorable Speaker, this is a critical matter. The police officers cannot come open up for fear of victimization, Right Honorable Speaker. They fear to be victimized, and that's why I'm here to speak for them. We are here to speak for them. So, Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister must come clear. I'm glad the Minister of Public Service is here. Let the Minister of Public Service explain why this system should take so long from last year up to now. How long does it take to integrate from one system to another? And if you are integrating, must that cause a challenge to those who are serving? They must get their salary. So, secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, I'm glad the Attorney General.
Just finished only one point.
No, I have two issues, yes. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, I'm glad the Attorney General has come in. The Minister has actually indicated that he referred the issue of the lawyers serving in the police force to the Attorney General for guidance. Right Honorable Speaker, we all know that it is unconstitutional for someone's salary to be revised downwards. It's completely unconstitutional. And these are serving police officers with appointment letters indicating they were supposed to earn 5 million shillings plus. Their salaries were revised downwards. They went to court under miscellaneous cause 22, I think, of 2024. And the judge, yes, August, and the judge, Justice Sekana then, who was the High Court judge, indicated in his judgment, it is actually unconstitutional. If I can read specifically, Right Honorable Speaker, maybe let me be specific. And a declaration that the decision of the Ministry of Public Service to revise the salary structure of the Uganda Police Force legal officers downwards below the enhanced salary scale was unconstitutional, illegal, and ultra-vires. So, Right Honorable Speaker, how long does it take for government to correct this anomaly? And by the way, this was also a presidential directive, because lawyers across the board should actually earn the same. So, Right Honorable Speaker, can I hear from the Minister of Public Service, when this system, when you are going to conclude, how many officers are affected? Can I hear from the Attorney?
Thank you. Honorable colleagues. Thank you. Now, just honorable colleagues, because you see, there are issues which can be settled here so that we don't continue rotating on them. Honorable Minister for Public Service, how do you... Honorable Minister, please don't pay attention to voices that are not on record.
I will give an answer to two issues. The answer of they have not given a table of all the police officers who are affected. They have not given it, it is true, but the answer is the same. If you have been a police officer and verified by Attorney General, and your documents are not adding up,
Auditor General.
The Auditor General, it will take some time. It depends on how fast you furnish the HR with information. In actual sense, some of them might be deleted. Yes, that was the essence of having an audit. We noticed many ghosts were on the government payroll, and government is losing almost 5 billion per annum. So, it is still work in progress. People will be arrested if you want to see it. It is going to happen. It is still work in progress. That's why they are still validating and giving people second chances. They are giving them second chances. You never know, they might get their papers and fill in their files. But those who will fail, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. That's why is it taking too long? It is taking too long depending on the cooperation. If there are 20,000 police officers, cannot be done in 1 month. So we request for patience. Each entity is handling their human resource.
Honourable Minister, do you have like a deadline? So for people to know, within this period, I must have brought documents. If I don't, I'll be totally deleted.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I don't want to give an answer for the sake of giving it. Let me go and inquire from police, because these things were, the salary issues were decentralized. So police should tell us how long it will take them to absorb their staff. So no, I will do that, sir.
No, Honourable Minister. So you mean each entity will give their deadline? I thought, as public service, you've worked with the Auditor General and you have said all public servants, okay?
Yes, sir.
By this date, you should have validated. If you don't, you'll be totally deleted from the deadline. Will you leave it to each entity? You must be having a deadline.
We did not set deadlines for each entity, but I'm going to consult the technical people to help us, to give us a deadline really. Because at the moment, I cannot tell you lies. I don't want to tell anybody lies here. But you give me some time, and I give you the appropriate answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Now, Attorney General, the issue of...
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. And thank the member who has raised the issue. Take a matter to court against our office for allegedly reducing their salary downwards. we did make an argument in court saying that this reduction downwards was not done in accordance with the procedures laid down in government. We lost the case, we appealed the matter. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, the issue of changing salaries of any person or any group of persons in public service is done by the Public Service Commission. What happened in this case from the facts that we have is that an individual in police, after receiving a public pronouncement by the President that the salaries should be enhanced, went on the system and changed the salaries. Now, that is the issue in contention. Right Honorable Speaker, it is true that all lawyers in government are struggling to have that issue resolved, and we are trying to get that resolved. But the matter is in court. Government does not agree that the enhancement was done in accordance with the law, and the matter is on appeal. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
So the Attorney General is saying the matter is on appeal. So the moment he appears, okay, that one becomes a settled matter, okay? Yes, I'm going to allow Lop, don't mind, eh? Just allow me to pick one person, okay? Then I pick you up. Let me allow Honorable Chua David.
Our leaders from Palisa, especially Agule County, who are doing a lot of work for government, especially NRM governments, like you have seen them. We have not only come to Parliament, but we have visited some. It is true, Right Honorable, sorry for that. Indeed, a good number of police officers, even within my constituency. My humble request to the Minister, like Honorable Sarah Openda said, most officers go hungry without pay, and they force our people to pay bribes on a daily basis. Honorable Minister, it is my humble request you come out clearly and give us the right indicative figures of the officers who are not getting salaries. There are those who have gone even beyond 6 months without getting salaries. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you. No politician is fit in any condition. So, Lop, you wanted to go first? Because you had your shadow minister here.
Honorable Mohozo was not present, but when Honorable Bak had raised up to read the statement, it was from Honorable Kahindo Tafire. And this shows that this ministry has so many other people who can stand in. This is a very important matter because it touches people's payment. You can't imagine, Right Honorable Speaker, people who are armed to be working for over 6 months without pay. And government is still dilly-dallying about that thing. Mr. Speaker, once an armed person is not paid, in essence, it is as if we are saying that these people should use the tools they have to look for payment. And this is very worrying. Right Honorable Speaker, there is also the issue of policemen who are scientists, who are supposed to be given a professional allowance. You know, when the government policy to pay scientists an extra salary than other people who studied other things, the policemen still say that their salaries were not enhanced, those who are scientists. And the problem, Right Honorable Speaker, is that when these salaries don't come, any policeman, that is what they tell us, any person who gets up to complain is taken on for disciplinary action. We are going for Easter. Let's be human, Right Honorable Speaker, that you had the Minister for Public Service and said, you know, others will have to wait for much, much longer. And the problem is that we are recruiting other people. Every other time police is recruiting, whereas they are not paying those who are already in service. So for me, Right Honorable Speaker, I would even insist that police stops even recruitment until it clears the salaries of the officers who are already in service before they would recruit others, and it comes out as a resolution of this House, because you cannot go on recruiting. Already they have now submitted that they are going to recruit 10,000 policemen, yet they are not paying those who are already in service. So, Right Honorable Speaker, my proposal is that we stop police from recruiting other officers before it clears the salaries of those who are already in service. And this matter, Right Honorable Speaker, we cannot allow it to go on and without giving these people a deadline. The police should be given, government should commit itself to pay the salaries of these people as soon as it is possible, and in any case, not later than 2 weeks from today, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to see the LC1 chairpersons and other leaders that have joined us. Unfortunately, they are leaving very quickly, but we are happy to see them. I see they are clad in their color. Honorable Speaker, next week I'll have some guests who will be clad in red. I hope they will be allowed to access the precincts of Parliament. That said, Honorable Speaker, police officers in this country are paid a niggardly salary. And that goes for soldiers, it goes for prison warders as well. They earn very little, that they barely get by with their lives. That's problem number one. It becomes another problem when their salary does not come on time, when they go for quite a bit of time without accessing their salaries. I've heard the statement by the Minister and also what the Attorney General has said. Our bigger concern is not even so much the matters that are in court, because those ones, court should be able to handle those matters, hopefully expeditiously. But there are those, as the statement does say, mismatch in names, ID, and so on and so forth. And a couple of these police officers have been approaching us, telling us they keep running to office after office, and they're not getting help to see that this matter is worked on. And they will not come out because action will be taken against them. That's the challenge. You see, even where they would be running for help, they have a circle called Exodus Circle. We've talked about that Exodus Circle here. It's a big issue. They cannot access their money. So a couple of them are not accessing their salaries, where they would be running to get a loan, to pay fees for their children and live by. It's not happening. I think, Right Honorable Speaker, that if the Ministry of Internal Affairs was very serious, this is a matter that can actually be resolved in 1 week. Because even according to your statement, you know a couple of those who are having challenges. Meet them, deal with this matter in a week's time. It's possible, because government is the one with whom the buck stops. Public service, on the other hand, there's NIRA and all of that. Why do you not get all of this together and deal with this matter? Because these serving officers, as we are saying, they earn very little, they move around with guns, many times they are brutalizing people because they are angry. The fellow left home, there's no food, child was sent away, no school fees, and he's angry and he's holding a gun. What do you expect them to do? I think that we should task government to deal with this matter in 1 week's time, because you're saying, you're not saying there is no money. I'm glad that's the issue. Now that there is money, can we deal with these procedural issues? Can we take keen interest in this matter and deal with it in 1 week, Right Honorable Speaker?
For these people? It's Honorable Nzima, then Honorable Kwaringa, then Honorable Serungu. And then former chair.
Thank you, Mr. IPPS, Integrated Personnel and Payroll Management System, to Human Capital Management Systems will be interrogated. The problem being raised here is an issue that concerns the policemen. But also I have teachers who have been calling me saying they are saying the same case has also happened with the police. The issue of the police might have been raised. There could be also many other people who have not been migrated onto the Human Capital Management System. But I also want to challenge the Minister of Public Service. Almost every 2 years or 3, we are introducing different systems. And these systems are bought from outside, very expensive. We train people on them. As they get used to use these systems, we move away from them, another one is introduced. What is the intention? Why don't we bring a system that can serve the country for at least a number of years, at least maybe 10 years? You bring a system, it serves for only 2-3 years, you say, okay, we are migrating to another one. What is the intention? What is the problem? Because it is very expensive. Mr. Speaker, sir, we used to move to do oversight in some of these local governments. I think we need to integrate this. The issue is not only with the police, it has affected very many people. Because, as I said, teachers may be responsible. It's not enough to say we have decentralized services, let those other people do their things. Because even the teachers...
A section goes to a platoon, plus a platoon commander. How can a commander of a section fail to know the members, the personnel under his section, and he doesn't raise the absence of that person? Because the code provides that 1 week you raise a message of absence. After 14 days, somebody is declared a whole absence without official leave. How did this come about without the section and the respective commanders knowing that their members, their personnel, those under his command are missing? Secondly, as the police administration, in case of those who could have, say, maybe gone on official leave, but maybe the system didn't capture, and they now need to be also put back to the payroll, have they opened a complaint desk in each division so that all of them are registered accordingly, given a deadline for registration? A message is flashed out giving them a deadline to come and register those with the complaints, so that we now know the actual numbers. Because Honorable Saro Pendi, whereas the complaints genuine, fell short of bringing the list, the specific list, because she's contesting the list that the minister has provided. Could she also provide us the specific list of those, so that we can use those as example to reach the rest? I thank you.
Thank you.
For the truth. Sincerely, a police officer who can record a statement from Sewungu Joseph, a complainant, or the accused, but fails to fill his forms, documents that require him to get his salary, is not proper. There is somebody sleeping on the job. And you know, Minister, let me tell you this, all the issues raised by the minister are on part of government, not police officers. These are people who are earning a very professional, a teacher salary. I was a teacher. I know how to fill forms. They wouldn't have complained to Honorable Salo Pendi if they had made their forms wrongly. But there is somebody sleeping on the job at the cost of the police officers. And that type of person is worse than the Jews who killed Jesus. He's worse than the Jews who killed Jesus. When you talk about desertion from police, that is criminal. And I think the Attorney General can bear witness to me on that. If somebody deserted from police, then there are other procedures. Actually, Mr. Speaker, let me say this. For those who desert, you can continue getting salaries until they discover they deserted after almost a year. Because they are out of station and nobody knows about them until they look for them. So why do we tell lies? Their only remedy, which is the Exodus, is also under attack and failure to recognize their savings. Then when it comes to their legitimate payment, you play on that job. Mr. Speaker, sir, let us be serious on this matter. Let us not give, and I want to tell the Attorney General facing me, the issue of professional allowance has no other remedy. You cannot deduct somebody's salary as long as it goes on the pay slip. It is improper and null and void. That's why you lost that case in court, and even if you appeal, you will lose another round until you go to Supreme Court, and I will laugh at you in front of you here. I can assure you that. That's the legal, it's the legal regime. You cannot give a teacher his salary 400,000 and say now government has gone poor, we are reducing it. Under which legal regime, Mr. Attorney General? So that's why you lost the case. So as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, let us be fair to policemen. They are like teachers. Whenever you see someone talking about teachers, I'm also talking about police because they are in the same salary scale. But there is somebody sleeping on the job. Look for those particular individuals who are making police officers suffer, who are the real killers of Jesus, and they should come out and repent before we go for Easter. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nyachikongoro.
Or they usually, they are very, very strict. So you cannot give us this excuse of identity. That means that there is a problem with the recruitment process. Someone somewhere who is working on the recruitment is bringing in funny, people who don't have the identity cards. In this era, how does someone fail to get an identity card when you are working for government? Right, Honorable Speaker, when I was chairing that committee, the issue of lawyers came up. And I think it is not right to really deduct their salaries. Government, we keep on shooting ourselves. You favor certain institutions, and the institutions that are protecting and serving the country, you undermine them. How many lawyers are they in police that really, not only in police, by the way, even in prisons? No, there are those that have really been specific in serving government, not private practitioners. So if we had, yes, and in military, if that policy is wrong, why don't we scrap it for all institutions that are serving government so that we are at par? The issue of scientists, they have talked about it also. They are crying. Those in prisons who are crying. The military, I don't know whether you have worked on them. We need to find out. But it is really unfair to find that you are favoring a certain institution and you don't favor an institution that keeps on even protecting the good the land attorney general, who has an escort of police officers and Now what if they turn those guns against you? Really, these are some of the frustrations. I'm not saying that they will, but these are the frustrations that those guys have. When you find that these policemen, by the way, in rural areas, they cannot even have an opportunity to access headquarters. The spokesperson...
Thank you.
Standing up and speaking for the police officers who cannot speak, but just to state, Right Honorable Speaker, that the enhancement of the police officers' pay followed a presidential directive after they had actually complained. So, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to lay this matter be referred to the committee. Maybe the committee could look into it further and then come and give a report so that a decision can be made. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Well, Honorable colleague, this is a straightforward matter. Okay? Now we take it to a committee. It again takes some months. It's a straightforward matter. What we need is the minister to come back and update us here. Honorable Minister, you think like in how long would you be able, Minister for Public Service? And by the way, this should be beyond police officers. This should be beyond. Let me first, Honorable Minister, before just let me allow Honorable Namuga, Chair Park.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Whenever they are speaking about matters of accountability, at least PAC gives you information. Right Honorable Speaker, this matter cuts across. We had a consolidated report on the payroll. Most agencies, ministries are suffering the same. So why don't we consider that report? Because it was laid here. And two, take interest in the report for pension and gratuity. We have the same issues. So that was what I wanted to update you, Right Honorable Speaker. And I beg that we take interest in both so that we can have those matters considered. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. For now, Minister, you can be looking into it. It's because we've been in the budgeting process. When we are in the budgeting process, we first stand over all other items. Yeah, but we are going to look into it since we are about to complete. So, Honorable Minister, you think like and how long?
Yeah, it has worked finally. Thank you very much. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to commit that within 14 days, we will have brought here a report, and I know by that time we will have sorted out all these issues. Thank you very much for giving me
Thank
the
you. Honourable
opportunity.
Minister, give us an update within 2 weeks' time, like you've requested. Next.